Hello guys, Kwame once again. Welcome to Settling in Australia. I know it's been ages. I gave you guys an update in regards to how to migrate to Australia. I'm juggling a lot of things at the moment. That's why you've not been receiving updates from me, but I promise I'll get back into it very, very soon. Okay, so guys, I just quickly want to share this video with you guys. I've been getting a lot of emails and messages, and most of you guys want to migrate to Australia. And in the email or message, you'll be like, oh, Kwame, I want to come and work in Australia. Can you help me look for an employer? See, migrating to Australia can be, yes, complicated, but trust me, if you want to migrate to Australia to come and live and work here, the easiest option is you going through the skills migration program. Navigating through the skills migration program is really, really easy. If you have the patience to wait and to also go through the process, trust me, you guys will be able to do this. It's not complicated as it seems. You just need the time and patience to go through the process. And trust me, by the time you realize you'll be in Australia with your family. Yes, I know most of you guys are looking for employees to sponsor you, but trust me, the competition is very high, and your chances of finding an employer to sponsor you whilst you live offshore is close to minimal. Yes, some of you guys have migrated to Australia through the employer-sponsored route. I'll count you guys as lucky. But if you are just offshore and you are applying on maybe seek.com.au and you are just going on this job boards and applying and just looking for an employer to sponsor you, trust me, most times you'll be wasting your time because there's a lot of competition when it comes to that. Trust me, most people that are also living onshore are also looking for these sort of employers. So if I am an employer and I'm looking for someone to work for me, of course, I'm going to sponsor someone that is living in Australia because at least they can start working for me ASAP. Because if I'm going to sponsor someone that is living offshore, I'll have to wait for a couple of months for you to go through the process and also to wait for your visa to get approved before you can migrate here to Australia. So what am I saying? So all I'm basically saying is if you're thinking of migrating to Australia to live and work, if you're under the age of 45, then I'll highly suggest you go through the skills migration program. Because with the skills migration program, yes, it's a point tested stream. You get nomination based on your points, but you don't need an employer to sponsor you. Once you get an invitation, you apply for the visa, you'll be migrating to Australia to settle, then to look for your own job. It's one of the easiest pathways you guys can use to migrate to Australia. I'll quickly jump on the PC and quickly show you guys the step-by-step process in regards to how you can navigate the skills migration program. Before we get into this video, just know that yes, I'm not a registered migration agent, so please use any advice in this video as general advice only. Okay, so I'm going to make this really quick. Okay, if you are thinking of migrating to Australia via the skills migration route, which I'll highly suggest, one, check if you are under the age of 45. So when I say 45, it's not like you'll be turning 45 tomorrow and you go through the process. No, it doesn't work that way. I would say, let's say if you're like maybe 42, 43. Yeah, because the process can take time. For you to go through the whole process, lodge your visa and get a grant, you'll be looking maybe around a year to like a year and a half to 2 years. It all depends on how fast you can go through the process. Okay, so if you meet the age requirement, which is you being under the age of 45, that is one check. Next check is to go on the skills occupation list and check if your occupation is listed there. So I'm on Google now. Just go on Google and type in skills occupation list. Okay. So when you come here, anyways, we have different types of lists, but for this tutorial, we'll just use the general skills occupation list. So when you come here, just come all the way down. I'm going to leave this link in the description section below. Okay. So for example, let's say I'm an electrician. So you type in electrician here and you go search. Voila. So the first one that popped up is an automotive electrician. So let's take it as this instance, I am an automotive electrician, maybe living overseas, and I want to migrate to Australia via the skills migration route. Okay, so what do I need to do? When you type in here, see, the Department of Home Affairs got a lot, okay, of information. They've basically given you all this information. It's at your fingertips. You just have to know where to look. So the occupation is listed here. We have the ANZ score code. When you click on this link, it's going to give you the description as what Australia terms as an automotive electrician. So if your experience matches all this description, then it's another check for you. But most importantly, when you come here, it says visas. So as an automotive electrician, these are all the visas you'll be able to apply if you can prove that you have the skills. So you have the 186 Employer Nomination Scheme visa. So this stream is like a straight permanent resident. We have the 189 straight permanent resident. We have the 190 straight permanent resident. We have the training visa 485, 489, 489, 482, 187, 494, 491, 491. Okay, and this is on the medium to long term skills list. So you'll be able to apply for all these visas, which is awesome. Okay, and when you come here to, you need to get something called your skills assessment done. So what skills assessment is basically saying is your occupation or your skills and qualification you have back in overseas. You have to go through an assessing body that will assess your skills and also assess your qualification, and they'll match it to the Australian standard. If it matches, they'll give you something called a positive skill assessment. Anyways, we'll go through that. Again, we have another occupation here, electrician general. We have the ANZ school code here. Again, the visas you'll be able to apply. They are all listed here. Okay, so it goes on and on and on and on. But let me just target one. So let's say I want to target the general electrician. What I'll basically do is with the ANZ score code, okay, I'll open that link on a new tab. Come here and read, okay, in regards to what a general electrician, the tax included for a general electrician. So you have the unit group here. You read in regards to what an electrician is, what Australia defines as an electrician. So design, assemble, install, test, commission, diagnose, and the rest. Then the tasks include, okay, so you have to put all this down somewhere and read. All right, and read into details. Again, I'm not going to go so much into details. If this matches your occupation, that is another check. We come back here. Now we need to get our skills assessment done. All right, yeah, for you to come here and work as an electrician, you need to go through the assessing body, as I said. So when we come all the way down here, assessing authority, TRA. All right, so again, we'll right click this and go on the TRA. We go on the TRA website. All right, so this is the assessing body that you have to go through to get your skills assessment done, whether you are living in Australia or outside of Australia. Now, if skill assessment is straightforward and anyone can do it, but if you feel that you cannot navigate through, it's really good to have an advice from a migration agent to assist you. But it's straightforward, okay? So when we come to the skills assessment, okay, they've got different types of skills assessment. So TRA skills assessment, answer a few simple questions so we can recommend a TRA program. They've got multiple streams of the skills assessment you can go through. All right. So when you come here, they've got our programs. They've got a provisional skill assessment. We have something called JRP, Job Ready Program, temporary skills assessment, offshore skills assessment, migration skills assessment, migration point advice. So if basically, if you are living offshore, you'll be able to go through the offshore skills assessment, or most of you will have to go through the migration skills assessment, okay, and get your skills assessment done. Once you have that checked and you get a positive skill assessment, you finish one of the major tasks. Okay, so if we are targeting the what do you call it, the 189, 190, and 491, we need to go through the skills select program. I'll come here, okay? I'm going to go on Google and just type in Skills Select or EOI. All right, so the Skills Select program in Australia, you cannot straight away apply for the visa. You need to express your interest. Okay, so once you express your interest and you have like a higher point, Australia goes with a point testing system. All right, so the higher your points, the higher your chances of getting an invitation quickly to apply for the visa. So when you go on the skill select program, just go on the what they call it, expression of interest, and it's got all the information here. What I love about Australia is they give a lot of details. All right, so the steps are here. One is start your EOI, add required information, submit your EOI. If you receive an invitation, yay, then you complete your visa application. As easy as that. Okay, but again, Australia uses something called a point testing system. So if you want to get invitation quickly, you need to make sure you have like a higher point. You need at least 65 points to go to express your interest, but to get an invitation, you need to make sure your point is higher. For the point testing system, they've got a point calculator here. So just come to this point calculator and go through. Okay, you click on 189 and just go next, enter all your details, and when you finish, it's going to give you your current points. So when we come here for the points, they're going to test your give you points in regards to your age, work experience, educational qualifications, and your English language proficiency. If you score band 8 in IELTS, you get 20 points. If you score band 7, you get 10 points. Okay, if you are single, you get 10 points. If you are married, you get 0 points. Yeah, so just go through this points calculator and calculate your points. Again, I'll leave all these links in the description section below. See, when you express your interest, in order for you to get what they call it, an invitation quickly, you need to know at what point Australia is inviting people, if that makes sense. So again, on the exact same skill select, what do you call it, website, when you come here, they've got invitation rounds, okay, and previous rounds. So just quickly go to the previous rounds, come all the way here. So the last round was on the 5th of September 2024. No, I think we had some this year, but anyways, we'll just come here. All the what do you call it, the occupations are listed here, and the points in regards to as how they got invitation, visa Subclass 189. Yeah, they've got the points here. So let's look for an electrician and see at what point they got invited. So electrician general, you can see that they got invited at the point of 65. Okay, so if I'm an electrician, okay, and I get a post-skill assessment, when I express my interest and I have at least 65 points, I know for sure I'm going to get an invitation. So there you have it, guys. You have all this information at your fingertips. You just need to make a move. And that's all for today, guys. If you find this information useful, you know what to do. Please show some love and click on that subscribe button so you do not miss out when I release another awesome video. My name is Kwame. I'll see you guys in my next video. It's a bye for now.